feel it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I did this really in-depth, full glam tutorial for you guys. I'm really happy with how it turned out even after all the fails that I had through the video. It ended up looking really nice. I have my little Milano t-shirt on. If you guys are Italian, give me a thumbs up. And if you guys know what ti amo means, give me a thumbs up. I am super excited to show you guys all my favorite products I have been using lately, and when I mean favorite, I mean favorite. Like, they are my holy grails for the past like 3 or 4 months. I've been using them religiously, like every day. So yeah, I thought that I would put them all together and make a little tutorial for you guys, and this video is really in depth, so I'm sure it's going to be really long, but I feel like I kind of needed something like that for my channel. So before we get started onto the tutorial, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. If you guys are not looking to do a really dramatic look like this, you guys could obviously just skip out on the eyes, and I will put in a little time block here so that you guys can see how I just did my face if you guys are looking to see what products I use just for my face. But yeah, if you guys are looking to learn how to do some like drag makeup or like full glam club Coachella, gala, diamond vibes, then just keep on watching because I will definitely give that to you right now. Actually, in like 1 second. Let's go. Okay guys, so I'm going to start with my number one thing that I always start off with, and obviously it is cat ears. So these are my new favorite cat ears. I actually got them from my friend Ange. They're from BCBG. She works there, so I think she got them on discount, but I believe they're like $90. So yeah, they have like little crystals on them. They're pretty bougie. I love them. So I'm just gonna put my hair back as usual. Oh, I just realized I still have mascara on. Okay, so I'm gonna definitely have to take that off. I just had makeup on and then I decided to film this video. So that is why I have my brows on and mascara, apparently. So the first thing for skincare that I always start off with lately, and when I say lately, for all these products I've been using them for like 3 to 4 months almost every single day, so I know that I really truly love them. Anyway, so the very first thing I am starting with is this VICHY water. It is a mineral water, so mineralizing thermal water, born in French volcanoes, rich in 15 minerals, stronger barrier, healthier looking skin. Basically, it's like a hydration spray, but it's different than all the other ones. Like, I swear to God, like I paid for water, as stupid as that sounds, but it's like mineral water. So it's like, to me, I feel like it's like leaving a really nice like ocean with like salt water, and when you're in here in Canada, like you never get to experience that. So yeah, and the best thing about it is an aerosol like spray, so it sprays out almost like a hairspray, so you can just keep holding it and it keeps going. I don't know if that's like healthy because the aerosol, but I love it. And I just feel like it's like being rained on. Like, you know what it feels like if you're standing right next to a waterfall and you're getting that mist all over you? That's exactly what it feels like. It's like the most fine misted spray I own, and I love it. So as that's drying, I don't like to like pat it in or anything. I just let it like kind of soak into the skin. I actually go in with my Dr. Brant Power Dose Vitamin D, and this improves the skin radiance and bounce. But I specifically use this for my dermatitis areas. So I get dermatitis around my nose and around my mouth. And if you guys have seen my previous videos, you would notice that it was a lot more flared up before, and it just looked a lot worse before. And I've been using this for like 3 months straight. This is actually my second bottle. So yeah, basically it is like a radiance vitamin D serum kind of thing. And ever since I've used this like all in my T-zone and around my dermatitis area, it has totally like helped my skin and my texture around that area. And I don't know if it's just for dermatitis, because it is just a skincare like serum. So it's been working for me and I have been loving it. And I like to kind of put it under my eyes because it said radiance, and anything that says radiance, I literally put it under my eyes because they're the darkest things on my face. So moving on to moisturizer, if you guys have watched my recent like tutorials, the last like 4 tutorials, I have always used the Skin Drink by Lush. It is my favorite moisturizer. Once again, for my dermatitis, it does not flare it up whatsoever. I love the smell, I love the consistency, and I love how it like leaves my face very hydrated but not like sticky or really shiny. It's really nice, and I really do see a difference in how dry my skin looks when I don't use this, especially around my eye area. So if I don't put this on my eyelids or under my eyes before applying concealer or like a primer, they will crepe and dry up. So before I forget, I have mascara on, so I'm just going to take that off quickly before I apply under eye moisturizer. I guess I'll show you guys this right now because I have been using this non-stop as well, and this is my Garnier Skin Active Micellar. I think it's Micellar water. Yeah. But it's this one in particular I have been loving. I used to use a regular one, but this one is for dry and sensitive skin, and you can use it for your face, lips, and eyes, and I'm obsessed with it. It leaves you with like a hydrated finish. I think it has glycerin in it or anything. Yeah, enriched with hydrating glycerin. So yeah, I love this stuff, and it does not sting my eyes whatsoever. And usually I use like the cotton rounds to take off my makeup. I can't seem to find any anywhere, so I'm using toilet paper. So the next thing I do is use the MAC Lip Scrub in Sweet Vanilla, and I like to put this on because I usually do like a lip mask while I'm applying my makeup. So I like to get a good plump going first. And there is a trick to using the MAC scrubs because they are quite oily. So what I do is I get a good coat on my lips, and I get a tissue. And I absorb the majority of the oil, and most of this like sugar will stay on your lips. So that way it's grittier and it just stays in its place instead of getting everywhere. And then I wipe it off. So after I'm done scrubbing my lips, I then use the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So I know it says it's a sleeping mask, and I do use it as a sleeping mask, but I use it also while getting ready. So I usually take a good hour and a half to get ready, so I feel like it does something within that hour and a half. It's super hydrating and moisturizing and thick, and it smells like bubblegum, and I'm not complaining. I love it. Okay, so moving on to under eye cream, I'm using the MAC Lightful C Vibrancy Eye Cream. And this does have vitamin C in it and a peachy color and little reflex in it, so that when you do put your concealer on top of it, it acts as an amazing primer, helps with creasing and helps brighten and everything, and it actually does brighten your under eyes within time too. So over time your under eyes will get smoother and lighter. And I've been using this for about 6 months, maybe even longer now, maybe almost like a year. And my under eyes, literally, I cannot go without using this, especially under my makeup. I feel like it does a huge difference to my under eyes. So now is when I would do my eyebrows. My eyebrows are already done today, so I don't want to have to go through the hassle to doing them. But I actually just did what I do every single day, and I use the 2 pencils from MAC, and they're just the regular skinny little pencils, and I use Stylized and Stud. So I bring Stylized through the center of my brow and Stud through the end, and I literally use these every single day, so I had to include these. Okay, so I am gonna zoom you guys in for my eyes. Okay, so since this video is going to be pretty in-depth, I'm going to just show you guys the one eye, because I know myself and I know I take way too long explaining things. So first things first, I'm going to be cutting my brows out with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is the shade NC25 for me. I like a yellow base for my eyeshadow. I know that everyone loves like soft ochre, but I feel like it just drives me right out, and I thought it was because I had an old one and I bought a new one and it did the exact same thing, so yeah. to blend that out, I take my beauty blender on the pointed side. So once I have blended all that out, I'm going to set it with the powder. The powder I'm using is the RCMA powder, and I have been obsessed with this. And I'm going to use quite a bit of this powder so that it really does increase. Okay, so we are moving on to eyeshadows. What I've been obsessed with, as usual, if you've been following me like on Instagram and stuff, is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. And it has really, really beautiful sparkly shades here, some transition shades, neutrals, like pinks, reds, browns. And I just love all these colors, so I am going to be using this palette today, and I think I'm also going to be using my glitter injection eyeshadows. So it's just that top row right there. If I have to go to a glittery eyeshadow, it would automatically be my glitter injections. So I'm going to try and incorporate that today too. And also I just had to incorporate these colors as well because I do use these literally every single day, and it is this one here, which is soft brown, and this one, which is saddle. One here. So if you want a good transition color, I would definitely use soft brown or saddle. Okay, so now moving on to the Huda Beauty palette. I'm going to be using the color Bay. So the next color I'm taking is Sandalwood from the Huda palette. I'm actually just going to pop this on my outer corner here and into the crease. So this is like a little bit warmer than soft brown and just a bit more pigmented. The next one I'm taking is this one here, and it is called Henna. And I find if you get a lot of product on the brush first and then tap it in and then blend it out, you'll get the most amount of pigment and you'll still be able to blend it. It's not going to like sit in that place. So now I'm going to be taking just like a fluffy brush with that Sandalwood and Bay color and just kind of blend all that together. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking this color Man-Eater right here, and I'm going to pop this right on my outer ends of my eye. So basically I'm focusing it right on the outer end here, building up the product there, and then brushing through the crease very, very lightly with the remaining of the product because I think I'm going to try cut crease. So now I'm just taking a little bit of that henna again, which was the one that was just a little bit lighter than the red. And then I'm actually going to take that brush that I used that first Bay color with. Let's go in with this color here. It's called Shy. So I'm just focusing it right on the inner corner of the eye here. And then right in between, I'm going to be putting the hot pink color, and it is called Flamingo, so that one right there. And this is going to act like a little transition between the light pink to the red. Okay, and then I'm going to take another pencil brush. This one's from Morphe. It's an M321 brush, and I'm going to be taking the color Bossy, which is this one right here. It's like a very dark burgundy color, and I'm going to put this on the very end of my eye. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of the black color, which is called Black Truffle, and I'm going to pop this on the very, very, very end of my eye. And you just need a tiny, tiny bit of this black because it is really pigmented. And then on that same brush with the black on it, I'm going back in with the red and popping it right in between that space. And with the blend of the black and the red, it'll kind of make like a very dark burgundy. So I'm just going to take that Man-Eater color and just put a little bit on a fluffy, clean brush And I'm gonna drag this through the crease just to really define it, so that when we do the cut crease or the half cut crease, you'll see the prominent crease. Alright, let's cut this crease. So this is the glitter I'm going to be using today. Now unfortunately I don't have the name of it because when I got it, it didn't come with one on the back. So I lost the packaging. I don't know the name, I'm so sorry. First things first, I am going to be taking a little bit of glitter glue, and this is the glitter glue by Glitter Injections. So it just looks like this. It's just a white and black plain bottle, and I'm going to use this to cut my crease first and then apply the glitter. Okay, so I cut my crease. Now I'm going in with the glitter, and I'm taking a MAC 283 brush to apply it. Let's deepen this look up a tiny bit. I feel like we need to. So I'm just gonna go in with this color here. It's called Cocoa, and I'm gonna put it on the outer ends. So let's deepen it up. I feel like it needs to be a little darker on the ends here. Oh no, it's picking up to the glue. Do you guys see that?
Oh shit.
Okay, well, don't do that. So I'm going in with Man Eater. Taking Cocoa again, and I'm stressing slightly. Only thing I guess I could do is cover it with glitter. Alright, I lied. The only thing I can do is cover it up with black. Guys, I can't believe I did this. I'm so upset. I don't even know how I'm going to fix this. Like, I really don't. Okay, the only thing I can do at this point is add black liner. So for my liner, I'm going to use the Brushblack Brushstroke Liner by MAC. And I promise, guys, I'm going to fix this disaster. So what I'm actually going to do now is get a little packer brush here, MAC 213, and take that black truffle color and spray my brush with Fix Plus, and I'm planning on packing it all in that area there and fading it out. This is what we have so far. I don't even know what it is, but let's put some lashes on. I'm going to be taking the DODO lashes in D11. And of course, my favorite thing to apply my lashes with is the MAC Applicators. They're wonderful. I literally cannot use my fingers for the life of me. So I'm actually not going to even apply mascara or anything. I'm just going to go right for it. Lashes are on. I'm going to remove everything on my face and reapply all my moisturizers because this fallout is insane. I am going to start with color correcting, of course. So the color corrector I have been obsessed with is this City Color Photo Chic Dark Spot Corrector. Yeah, I got this from Ipsy. I'm going to start under my eyes, and I'm going to put a little bit around my mouth. Wow, I didn't even prime, guys. I'm out of it today. So I guess I'm just gonna prime anywhere that I just didn't apply that color corrector. What is wrong with me? I'm usually like on the game, but today. Oh, and I didn't even tell you guys what primer I'm using. Great. So the primer I'm using is the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer, and I have been using this for about 4 months now, and I'm obsessed with it. And I love the finish. It's super hydrating, but it doesn't leave your face like greasy or sticky. It's really just like soft and like buttery. I love it. So for foundation, I'm taking the Milani Conceal and Prefect foundation. This stuff is amazing. I use it every single day. It is a medium to full coverage finish, and the finish is like a matte but like hydrated look. I love it.
I feel like my eyelash is coming off slowly.
And I'm taking my e.l.f. blending sponge to blend this all out. Okay, and to cover this zit, I have been using the
Pro Conceal HD High Definition LA Girl Concealer in yellow.
And I'm just going to use this to color correct that one little spot. Just taking a little brush and just gonna pat that right into place. And then I'm just taking a little bit more of the foundation on the back of my hand and a little flat brush, placing it on top and then blending away the edges. Okay, so moving on to concealer, I have been loving the MAC Mineralized Concealer in NC20. Super brightening and super moisturizing, so I'm just going to focus this right below the darkest circle. Since it is quite bright, I don't want it to have like too much of a gray cast. I'm putting a little bit down the bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, cupid's bow, chin, and forehead. And we're going to take the sponge and blend that into place. And I'm focusing more of the concealer under my creases. And if I'm really trying to make my under eyes like super snatched, I like to take a little bit of the MAC concealer and place it just in the hollowest areas. So it kind of just builds up that area. And then taking the sponge and blending it out, because it is a thicker consistency, you really want to make sure you blend it. And like I said with the concealer before, I'm keeping it right below the creases. So I'm really not putting any product in my actual creases. And then, so before the creases crease, I am going to set my under eyes, and I'm taking the RCMA powder. I'm taking some RCMA powder and placing this under my eyes and on the sides of my nose. I'm really packing that into this area here, and I'm going to stop here because I am going to cream contour. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm actually going to take the Huda Cream Contour or Quickie Contour Stick in the Huda by Benefit. I've been obsessed with this stuff. You can use so much and it just blends out so beautifully. And I'm just taking a little stippling brush and blending that all out. So I'm just taking a clean oval brush and just gonna clean up that contour. And then I'm taking a little bit more foundation and I'm just gonna put this right below that contour. And then we're gonna brush away this bake. And then we're just gonna like use the remaining on the brush just to set kind of the rest of the area. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the RCMA powder on a brush and just put a little bit right here. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the Studio Fix in C40 and apply this. This just kind of brings my color back to my skin, because the RCMA does wash me out a tiny, tiny bit. Even though it says it's not supposed to, it totally does. But I love the finish of it, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually apply some blush. So unfortunately I have no idea where this blush came from, what company it's from, whose it was. Sorry if you're my friend and you left this here, because I have been using it every single day since. So this is the Peach Cushion Blusher. Lovely what? It's a Peach Cushion Blusher. And it just comes in this little tin, kind of like the Hoola bronzer. And I love it. It's very, very bright and peachy, especially for spring. It's super, super nice. So I'm just taking a whole bunch of that on my brush. And you'll see it gives color and glow. And it's just so pretty. I actually have another blush that I use all the time too, and I've actually been using these two together because they're both peachy, but this one is literally like a highlighter. So it's called Fairly Precious. It's an Extra Dimension blush by MAC. So what I actually do is kind of put a little bit on top of the blush I just applied, so it gives my cheek a little bit of a glow, but I actually like to apply this under my highlight because it gives my highlight like a very peachy, glowy golden goddess look. So I love it. Okay, so moving on to a little bit of bronzer, although I don't really know if I need it, but we're gonna add it anyway. So I'm using the Extra Dimension Skin Finish and Glow with it, and I'm obsessed with this. I've been using it so often. It is like, it's a highlighter, so it's a highlighter for like really, really dark tones, but if you're like a medium tan to a dark tan color, you can get away with using this as a bronzer. I'm going to take my bronzer brush that I use with this every day, hence why it's so dirty, and it's the MAC 135 brush. And I'm going to drag this across the forehead a little bit just to set that cream contour and right on top of the Hoola bronzer. Now this does have a warmer tone to it, which I kind of love because I'm so yellow. So a little bit of that like red pinky vibe I'm okay with sometimes. And I just wanted to let you guys know too, if you don't want a bronzer with a glow, I have been obsessed with the Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Tan. I was obsessed with the medium gold, or the dark golden color, but dark tan is really, really good for like spring and summer. So I think that brings us to highlighter, which means I'm going to leave that for a sec. I'm actually just going to go right back to eyes and smoke up my lower lash line. I'm going to go back into the Huda Beauty palette and start with this one right here, and I'm going to drag it all under the lash line. So I'm moving on to the next shade now. I'm using the color Henna, which is this one here, and just bringing this all under the lash line but closer to the lashes. So for my lashes on my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And I really, really love this for the lower lash line because it is water resistant. So it does not transfer onto the concealer. And it's super black and super lengthening. Okay, so now that my eyes are actually done, we're going to move on to highlighter. So what I'm going to use for highlighter is the Custom Enhancer Drops by Cover FX, and this one is called Celestial, and I'm obsessed with this. My friend Haley gave it to me not too long ago. She doesn't ever use it because she's like really, really pale, so it's like too dark for her. It was like the best day of my life when she told me she was going to give it to me because I have been using it every day since. I'm obsessed. So I'm actually just going to take my Beauty Blender to apply this. And if I put it on my face first, it just leaves dots, smudges everything everywhere. The only way I can actually apply it is if I apply it on my hand first, move it back and forth with the Beauty Blender, and then tap it on. So it's like it has to be wet, or like moved around for you to apply it on top of powder. So like if you apply it directly onto the skin and then try to move it around, it won't work. So after that, I like to go in with a gold highlight. So I'm using the Beaming Blush Extra Dimension Skin Finish by MAC, and I'm putting that right on top, dragging it a little lower. Tiny bit on the tip of the nose, bridge of the nose, top of the lip. And I'm going to take Soft Frost by MAC, still an Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and put that on top. And you'll see it gives it like a very iridescent finish. It's not like blue, it's not purple, it's not gold. It's like, what is that? Who knows? So I'm just going to take the remaining product on that bronzer brush and just kind of buff it all in together so that the highlighter doesn't look like it's a streak on top of the bronzer. So last but not least is lips, and I've been using the Anastasia Naked Liquid Lipstick so often lately. And it goes on so light on me, but it dries down pretty dark. But I do like to line my lips with Spice Liner first, so I'm going to go in with that first. Okay, and by the way, update on my eyes and how I feel. I feel like it's kind of growing on me. Now that I have my whole face on, I feel like it looks kind of badass. At first I thought it looked like a terrible mess, but you know. So then right on top of that spice, I'm going in with Naked, just in the center. And then just blending it in with the liner with my finger. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that is everything. That is all the products I've been using lately that I've been obsessed with. So the only thing I want to end off my face with is a little bit of Fix Plus. And I have to say that this has been my favorite Fix Plus so far, and this is the lavender scented Fix Plus. I don't know if they're still in stores. I'm pretty sure they're sold out, and I'm so sorry, but it does the exact same thing as the regular one, just smells better. So yeah, I'm going to spray my face with Fix Plus and then fan my face off because Nikki Tutorials told me to, and obviously I'm going to listen to her. And I'm going to keep my eyes closed because I have creasy eyelids and I don't want them to crease.
And one more time.
Okay guys, so that is it for me today. This is the final look. I'm really kind of happy with it. I was kind of nervous about it at the beginning, but it ended up turning out pretty decent. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this in-depth tutorial, and if you guys use any of these products, please comment down below. But yeah, if you guys like this, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys in my next video, and have a beautiful day. Bye guys.